everybody. Sorry for not uploading the first episode of I Screwed Up yesterday. It's been absolutely crazy with Christmas stuff going on, getting decorations up and all that. But yes, welcome to the first episode of I Screwed Up. Basically, we're going to be talking about situations where I've really messed up, broadcasting-wise, production-wise, editing-wise, and how I figured out how to fix it, so that way you guys don't have the same issue. Today we're going to talk about dropping frames. When I was streaming Skyrim episode 24, I believe. I think it was 24. Massive frame drop. And so bad that I actually had to do a local recording and actually cancel the live stream just because it was just completely awful. With that being said, how do you fix that? Well, there's a few things that can cause frame dropping. One of them is your CPU. A lot of the times, if your CPU is not being able to handle the buffer rate that you're uploading to, or if you have a lot of stuff going on with encoding and whatnot, as well as the game itself, it can tend to overload the CPU, and that causes frame dropping. I'm not too sure it was that. It might have been a bandwidth issue, and that's really the second issue that comes up, and usually the primary issue. With dropping frames, it can either be the internet here locally, or it could just be the upload downstream when you're uploading to, in my example, uploading to Twitch. There could be an issue with that. Now, when you use XSplit, and we'll go into this when we talk about the software portion of XSplit for Ghost Productions, which is today actually. We talk about, I just lost my train of thought. We talk about when you go into XSplit, there is a server location. And I should have a photo of that, but I don't. I apologize. I'll include that in later when I do editing. But there's a section where it talks about the server location, where the server is located for Twitch. Now, sometimes when you first load up XSplit and you go live and you're doing well, it locates that server for you, the server that has less people hammering it. Now, as time goes on, if you're streaming like I was for about an hour or 2 hours, that server can get hammered and overloaded pretty quickly. And that is what I think happened with that particular episode. Was the server got hit really hard and it just got overloaded, and the stream just was not able to push up enough frames. The only way that I know to fix that is to switch your target server. And the only way you can really do that live is to close the stream, rechange the server, and bring the stream back up. If you guys know of a different way, I would definitely appreciate your input, as I'm still trying to figure the frame dropping thing out, because that's been really the biggest issue in the streams. So what I've found so far, it's the CPU, and with CPU usage, probably the best way to limit that is to go into your task manager if you're on Windows. Well, yeah, task manager. And look at the processes and things that are open and close out whatever processes that you can that's taking up a lot of space. So definitely would recommend that if it's the issue is your CPU. I'm running an i7, so I'm not exact, and it's a dual PC setup, so I'm not exactly sure that the CPU usage was the issue. Could be some settings in your XSplit, which I'll cover in one of the Ghost Production videos. So definitely look at some threads. I'm going to post in the comments below. There is a thread that has a really good XSplit streaming guide, and I actually looked that up for CPU usage, for CPU issues and dropping frames. And they advise that it might have been the CPU. And it's just a really good stream overall for dealing with hardware, software, and all that. A really good post. So I'll put that in the comments. Again, it could be a bandwidth issue. So I don't have too much of a solution in regards to bandwidth. That is a smooth transition when you're doing the full broadcasting. So if you guys have any input, please post comments. Really looking for some advice on that, just to help the community out, as well as to know what to do when I'm streaming. So yeah, I think that's it for episode 1. Thanks for watching. See ya.